I've said and I'll keep saying that nobody is touching Black Sherif.
Okay.
Nobody. He's been Ghana's biggest artist over the last 2 years.
Hi viewers, welcome to GMN PODVIEW, where we go beyond the surface. My name is Na Acheya Kwete, and today we are talking about the just ended Telecel Ghana Music Awards. And of course, I'm not doing this on my own. I am joined by someone who understands the TGMA space way better. Hello.
Hello, Na.
Hello.
My name is Kojo Mula.
Okay.
But today can call me Ni.
Okay.
So I am a culture writer. I write about music, fashion, art. I've done a few things on movies as well. So I've written for like multiple platforms. So in Ghana, I've written for Mula. I've written for Ghana Music. I've contributed to Spark Live magazine. I've contributed to the Emmy Africa magazine. I've also written for the Recording Academy. I've written for Native Mag in Nigeria, GQ South Africa, Glamour South Africa, Deeds, Up Entertainment. Like it's a lot. It's a lot here. So like I enjoy writing and I enjoy documenting our space. So TGMA is just part of the things I document.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So speaking of TGMA, let's start big. Okay. Artist of the Year. Do you think, should I mention names?
Oh, see, anybody that has followed my writing or conversations regarding the TGMA since the nominees were announced knows my stance. Okay. That I've said and I'll keep saying that nobody is touching Black Sherif.
Okay.
Nobody. There, and I've said that in my estimation, he's been Ghana's biggest artist over the last 2 years.
Okay.
At least, let's say over the last 2 years at least. Yes, there are certain things that people might have an edge over him over, like say numbers. Presently, the two women, I call them Coke and Fanta. Molly and Amare have more numbers in terms of streams than Blacko does. But then over the last, he's been more consistent. Like if you look across board, across the platforms, he's always top 3. If the two women are not number 1 and 2, then he's number 1.
Okay.
But where they are number 1 and 2, he's number 3.
Okay.
And when people go back to the end of year list that the platforms did, when you break down, when you take away streams from outside the country, he's number 1.
Okay.
So when it comes to people that are getting more streams in the country, across board, he's the one that you see his name in top 3. When you even add international numbers to it, he's still in top 3.
Okay.
And then there's obviously his love. I mean, the way people love him, the way people talk about him, how he's in high demand in the country alone. Yeah, Charlie, Blacko from yes.
Okay.
It wasn't, there was a single doubt in my mind going into that was that someone else was good. If someone else had won, I wouldn't have an issue per se. But then it was just, if you're going to follow data and be honest to ourselves, it was always going to be Black Sherif.
Okay. So now let's speak about the awards, the other people that received the awards. Do you think there are some artists who deserve more recognition?
Yes. I think I tweeted it the other day that someone like Olive the Boy, in my opinion, and this is, I feel he is the best Afrobeat Afropop artist we have in Ghana.
Okay.
And again, the stats are there to show. There isn't a single year since his inception that he hasn't been part of a big Afrobeat record. Even the category from this year, in both categories, he was in there more than any other artist. So you pick Wendy Shea's song that was nominated, he was a collaborator on that song. Gymnastic, he was a collaborator on that song. Mr. Drew's nomination was a collaborator on that song. Then there's his own song, Bend. So for me, him not winning anything on the night was one of the big surprises. The other surprise was the fact that Kojo lost out, especially for the best rap performance. A little education. I think we confuse best rap performance or best rapper. So you see other people, oh, this person won best rapper. The TGMA doesn't award best rapper.
Mm.
The rap category there is best rap performance. It just means that in terms of performance of rap, you had the best rap performance in the year. It doesn't mean you are the best rapper of the year.
Okay.
And I don't think there was a rapper that delivered a better rap performance than Kojo did. So for me, him not winning that award, I feel it was a big surprise to me.
Okay. Is it safe to say that that category is the most competitive when it comes to the TGMA awards?
Oh no. But I think this year there were some categories that were very competitive. That was one of the categories that was very competitive because I think it was him, Sarkodie, Strongman who ended up winning. Forgotten that. I think Medical was in there, I believe. But for me, going into the award, I think the only person that posed a bit of threat in terms of okay, this person might probably edge Kojo or Sarkodie for his performance on violence. The other category that I felt was also very strong was the songwriter of the year. Super. See, everybody in there is a very good songwriter. I think the one person that people might not have an idea about is Kofi Boam. And Kofi is a gospel artist. He has amazing songwriting. I've always the first time I heard him it was through another gospel artist, Che Mensah. Yeah. So I'd gone for a gospel event by One Man Thousand and his collective, Voices Collective. And at the event, we were talking and he was like, oh, there's somebody who would perform today. He believes I would actually like the person. So he mentioned this and I was like, okay. So I go into the room, he's performing, and then the first song he performed, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I like the guy. And he was very so when I saw his name as part of the songwriters, I was very happy. And I think Blacko ended up winning that category for Sacrifice. A very beautiful, well written song. So he winning it. I mean, I wasn't surprised, but I thought that was a very strong category. The other strong category was the female vocalist of the year. Very strong category. Um, Most popular song was fairly, contested. Artist of the year for me, I don't think it was. Other people might say, oh, it was a strongly contested category, but if you're in there with Blacko, the only person that posed any bit of threat was Medical. And even it wasn't close.
Now let's talk about the organizers. What do you think they did differently this time that you are proud of?
See, first of all, I didn't watch. I didn't go there in person, so I wasn't in the auditorium when it happened. So I watched it from the house, like a lot of us. In fact, the people that watched in their homes or with their friends or in pubs or wherever they watched it from were actually more than the people in the auditorium. And from a viewer's point, there are a lot of things that I don't think was done right in terms of organization. You watched the show.
Yes.
So the red carpet for me is one of the things that I feel is poorly done. Over the years, I think we've overly entertained how it's been run for so long, and it drags on for so long. Like it drags on for so long, so long. And this year was there were some moments I saw that I thought, yeah, this is a bit too much. Like some of the conversations that were being had on the red carpet, some of the questions that were being asked. I don't think they were the right questions. Yeah, they were relevant to what was happening. Then aside that, obviously the sound issues, we've always had issues with that, even from the first performance, where there's this theory amongst people, religiously follow it that the first performer is always bent. By that, what they mean is the first performance is always that's where they used to test the sound and things. So when Enam performed, you could tell initially the sound was poor. Again, I was speaking from somebody that watched, not in the auditorium, because as someone who also been in the auditorium, most of the time the sound is better. Everything is relatively better in the auditorium than when you are watching at home. And that's also a problem because, again, if you are producing an award show and you are broadcasting it live, you definitely know that there are more people watching than the people in the auditorium. So if you are doing it, you need to produce the event with people watching at home in mind. Because you've seen other award shows that the delivery is way better. and the sound problem didn't end with Enam. And again, for some of these things, I'm not going to lay blame at the feet of the artist. I lay blame at the feet of Chatterhouse because they are the organizers. And I was telling somebody this yesterday that this is the 27th edition. As a person, if you're 27 years old, there are certain things that people expect you to do better. As a 27-year-old, if your speech is like if you don't talk properly, which is so I'm comparing that to a person. So the way you talk as a person is the sound production.
Mm-hmm.
The way you look as a person is the visuals you are seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think after 27 years, we expect more from them. I think there's still more room for improvement.
Okay. Well said. Let's go back to the artist of the year.
Okay.
Medical released a song, Shoulder, and it won the popular song of the year. So don't you think that gives him like grounds to be able to win artist of the year?
You see, if you go back to if anybody has followed the TGMA again, I don't remember the last time somebody won most popular song of the year and won artist of the year.
Okay.
Like if the audience can, if you check, like I said, I'm not saying it hasn't happened, it has never happened. I'm just saying I don't remember the last time it happened. If you look at it from the last 5 years, remember what happened in 2019? The incidents. Yeah, the incidents that happened with somebody pulling something that the TGMA, it came to an abrupt end between Shatter and Stoneboy.
Oh, yes.
What happened? They said, from what they've said themselves, one person was going to win most popular song, one person was going to win artist of the year. Since that time, there's never been a time where between then and now that somebody has won most popular song and won artist of the year. And my theory is that there are times where somebody might have the most popular song, but in terms of the person might not be popular. And it's in the category definitions for both categories where the most popular song is based on the song and not the person. Artist of the year is based on the person. So you might have had the most popular song if Boboli Bobo. Bobo it's a song. I'm not sure you remember how the person looks like.
No.
And there are a lot of hit songs like that where you might not even know who the person is, but you know the song.
Okay.
So in that regard, yes. And I've said it in my predictions that I felt Medical was going to win most popular song of the year. Because I don't think there was a much popular song. Yeah, Blacko had songs that were hit songs, were popular songs. But to measure certain hit songs over certain hit songs, especially in our context where somebody might say, if it's numbers, I don't think anybody was going to win it over someone like Molly. Because Shake It to the Max was the most streamed song, numbers wise. But then, if you look at the category definition for the most popular song of the year, it doesn't make mention of your number of streams. And if you are using our metrics in terms of what is popular in Ghana, we already have a poor system in terms of data collection for numbers.
Okay.
And because there's a lack in that, what we use is mostly audience reaction to songs. And I don't think any song had a much bigger or gets a much bigger reaction than when Shoulder gets played. So with him winning it, it wasn't like it's not something you can necessarily look at and be like, oh, he doesn't deserve it. So, like I said, for certain songs, the song might be popular, but the person, everything put together might not be. And that's what Black Sheriff comes with the artist of the year. Where everything put together, I don't think there's an artist that was coming. Yeah, Medical, you can make a claim for Medical, but I've said it and I'll continue saying it that there isn't a single metric for artist of the year that Black Sheriff doesn't match. And if you pick 8 out of 10 metrics to maybe give artist of the year, he's probably number 1 on the 8. The other 2 is where maybe he'll become number 2 again. So it was like, it was for me, in my opinion, yes. Medical winning most popular song, good. Black Sheriff winning artist of the year, even better.
Okay. So now let's move to the best new artist of the year. Do you think Kojo Black deserved that award?
100%.
Why?
So the year in 2014 when he dropped Excellent, and it didn't really pick up as much up until 2015 when the ceremony was going on, and there was why wasn't Kojo Black nominated, and then he pulled out of for whatever reasons or reasons best known to him. But then the conversation at the time was that it felt like if he was nominated that year, he wouldn't have won. And it's an award. So sometimes you can decide to play your cards out and say, okay, this year, let's say we are doing a cooking competition. And this year I feel you're also part of the competition, part of the competition. But I look at the competition like, okay, the way Nas dishes, people like her dishes and things, I think maybe now might win. So I might decide to pull away. And it wasn't like in 2015, Kojo Black didn't also have a good year. He had a very good year. Mind you, Excellence was still booming in 2025. Then he had Next Door with Sarkodie. He had a verse on Gymnastic. He had a song, a fairly good song. Fantana featured him, and the song was, good. It was a good song. The other songs he had that again made him more popular. So him winning, I wasn't surprised at all. If maybe Adum Kiki had won, that's where I would have been surprised. But then again, there's also the issue of votes. So if I would have been surprised if Adum Kiki had won it, but I would respect in terms of maybe people voted for him more. So, but Kojo Black winning, excellent.
Okay. So there was something that happened. I don't know if you saw it watching from home. When Dinah Hamilton received an award, PSA Esther made a face.
So
what do you?
it was about. I mean, I wasn't surprised. I mean, I don't think I caught that.
Okay.
By hearing it, I'm not surprised because they also have their own small tete-a-tete going on in the gospel space. Like the way we were having medical or Black Sheriff, there was also Mama Dinah, Mama Esther, who is winning this, who's winning that. So obviously, I mean, at the end of the day, all of them won 1-1 each. So it wasn't like somebody had the upper hand over the other.
Okay.
So Dinah won Gospel Artist of the Year. Pace Esther won Gospel Song of the Year, and then Kofi Pepra won the Contemporary Gospel Song of the Year. And everybody won.
Everybody won. But do you think that Hamilton deserved both awards?
Personally, I think I would have given it to Pace Esther
for both
Gospel Song of the Year and then Gospel Artist of the Year.
Okay.
But then again, Dinah winning is not a bad win at all. But I feel Pace Esther worked a bit harder than Hamilton did.
Do you think that explains the little
she had? I mean, see, every nominee feels their winner.
Yeah.
I'm sure the other people in the Arts of the Year conversation that might have felt, why are people talking about just Medical and Black Sheriff and not mentioning my name? We have this perception where people are like, some artists don't care about awards. See, artists care about awards. Not all of them care about awards, but a handful of them, a number of them care about awards. That's why sometimes when they don't win or even get nominated, they come out and call out the TGMA that, I felt I've done ABCD, why didn't you nominate me? That shows you that they feel, I mean, see, as a person, if you're in somewhere, you might feel Charlie. And artists are one group of people that have a lot of ego. Every artist feels their song is the best.
Yes, they're obviously pouring a lot into it.
It's like everybody believes their mom's food tastes the best.
Yes.
It's the same way artists feel their songs are the best. One artist wouldn't understand why I say some artists is getting a bit more attention than they are getting. So somebody might look at it like, for example, when you mention Pataper's name in the same bracket as another artist, there are times where that artist will feel like you're
trying to
demean them. Yes. As Patapar, why? What's up? So it's the same way that the person might feel, I am more deserving of this award. And in the moment, it will show on their face. And I think they are right in. I personally would have given it to Pace Esther for both categories.
For both categories. Okay. But I want you to educate us a little on how the whole nominations thing works. Yes. Please educate us.
So, what happens is, beginning of the year, probably around February, that's when they would announce that we are opening for nominations, for you to file for nomination. Now, up until last year, the window for songs or artists to be nominated was the calendar year for the previous year.
Okay.
So, for example, the awards that was held last night or Saturday for some people would ideally factor in songs that were released from January 1st, 2025 to 31st December 2025.
25, okay.
So that's how it works. So the previous year, 1st January, 31st December. And then everybody would file for nomination. So if I dropped the song last year, I could have still filed for nomination. So you file for nomination, then they sit down, then you look at each category. Each category has certain levels of criteria you need to meet to be nominated. For some categories, like most popular song, reggae dancehall song of the year, hip hop song, highlight song of the year, they are popular categories. So the song needs to be a hit song for you to be nominated. So if I did drop a song, for example, I work with an artist called Annabelle Rose.
Okay.
She dropped the song last year. How I Wanted, very beautiful song, and a lot of accolades on Apple Music here, there. But it wasn't popular enough. So even if we had, let's say, file for this category or that category, especially if it was a popular category, she wouldn't have been nominated because it wasn't as popular as the other songs that would have been. And then there are songs that are nominated based on technicality.
Okay.
And those ones are done by the board. So also the TGMA is ranked in 3 different areas. So there's the board, there's the academy, and then there's the general public. So the 3 of us combine to be the stakeholders of the TGMA. So the board is where they decide the nominations based on the criteria that's the benchmark that is there. Then once they are done, academy and the board come in to vote on some categories.
Okay.
So categories like but outside honorary categories like say music for good, lifetime achievement award, instrumentalist of the year, some one categories. Every other category has the 3 branches. So we say government, you know. Your school papa government, you know. Wow, general arts, no, government as it.
Yes.
But social studies
Social
basically.
studies.
So in social studies. So
Citizenship education.
exactly.
Thank you.
So like the way the government has 3 arms, the TGMA has 3 arms. So like I said, the board, academy, the general public. There are certain categories that is only the board that would, vote on it.
Okay.
Just like the way there are certain decisions that it's only the executive
That can make.
And then there are other categories where it's the board and the academy. So if you're not a board and academy member, you can't vote on certain categories.
Okay.
And then there are other categories where it's the board, academy, and the general public.
Okay.
So like I said, places like Artist of the Year, Most Popular Song, High Life Artist of the Year, those places, the general public has a say in that. So the percentage for voting is split this way. For the categories where all 3 are voting in, the public has 40%. The board has 30%.
Okay.
And the academy has 30%.
Oh, okay.
So the board and academy combine to be 60%, and the public has 40%.
40%.
So that is how the structure is. So once you file for nomination again, the board will do the selection based on the criteria they've put out in the various category definitions. Then they said, okay, you go here, you do that, you do this. Then after that, then they announce. But last year, they introduced something called the swing period.
Okay.
Which they said for songs that are dropped in December of the year under consideration that probably didn't pick up early, you will be eligible to be nominated in another year's category or the next year's category. So that's what happened to Excellent.
Okay.
Where Excellent didn't get nominated last year's CGMA, but it was dropped in 2024. So apparently it was dropped in December 2024 and it didn't pick up early, so it wasn't eligible to be nominated in 2025. Yes. So because of the swing period, they nominated it this year. The same thing happened for I think Sarkodie's song with Coco Flake, and then Fido's Joy is Coming. Because Joy is Coming dropped in 2024. That was nominated because they offered into the swing period. I have my own reservation about the swing period because I'm not a supporter of it.
Tell us why.
Well, I mean, so again, if you have a rule that says that we are nominating songs from January 1st to December, and somebody drops their song in, somebody decides to drop their song in December, and it doesn't hit enough for you to be nominated, and you're saying that, oh, the board, we are saying that right now for songs that are dropped in December, mind you, there are 12 months in the year. They are saying that just for the people who drop songs in December, we'll give you grace period.
Because December is like the last month in the year. Maybe that is when their inspiration came. So since
But
the
then,
song didn't do well, we are just giving you. They are being. I feel like they are being considered
no,
because they are moving them to join the next
never,
year.
if you do that, you're being unfair in terms of one, there are still songs dropped in December that hit, that become popular.
Yeah, it's true.
So if it was a case of not all songs, like if it was a case of songs that drop in December don't peak early to be nominated, then it makes sense. But right now, you have decided to drop your song in December. You understand?
That is
So
when
imagine, so perfect example, we both go buy food, and then we both buy 10 cedis, 10 cedis, 10 cedis. So,
yeah.
because that's what you can afford, that's what I can afford. Then all of a sudden, the person who bought the food from calls me and says, as I want me, it's me so I'm giving you extra.
Yeah.
Without considering that, oh, you there don't, you there because you, whatever, for whatever reason, you there because you also bought 10 cedis, you there, no problem. But you, this one there, because I can see from your face that 1 man, no, come and take extra. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'll feel bad. I'll feel bad. Yes.
Because again, like, why don't you then? And my solution to that is change the calendar year, where the window for nominations or eligibility should be maybe November of 1 year to the November of the following year. The Grammys doesn't use the normal calendar. The Grammys use August to August of the next year.
Okay.
So anybody that dropped a song, let's say in August 2020, let's say after August 2024, between that period until August 2025, between that period until August 2026, anybody, so September, October, November of last year, December, January, February, March, April, May, June to August of this year, you are all eligible to. So it gives room for people who drop later in the year to still get nominated.
Okay. Well, thank you for the enlightenment. Now let's do a little controversy. Yeah, just a little. So reggae dancehall artist of the year. We know that Stonebwoy has been dominating that category. Yes, he's dominating that place for a while. Do you think if Shatawale was still involved in the whole thing, he has competition?
I mean, obviously, if Shatta was in there, definitely strong competition. But it's not as if even when Shatta was there, Stonebwoy didn't win. There were years Shatta was part of the scheme that Stonebwoy still won. I think again, one of the reasons why the whole 2019 thing happened was because Stonebwoy won Reggae Dancehall Artist of the Year over Shatta.
Okay.
And that whole thing happened. However, I do believe at some point somebody said this on a space. I think it was Tilly that was talking about how she feels at some point we should be able to rest the reggae dancehall category because it looks like one person
is manning the place.
Is manning the place, and to some extent I agree with her. To another extent too, I think it's forced on the other artists to also beef up and then put in more work. Because I feel if somebody is constantly winning, it should move you to say, okay, this year there, I also want to, put in the work to end the nomination.
You are still watching PodView, and we are talking about the just ended TGMA. Now let's talk about Daddy Lumba. Okay. He was honored with an award. I am of the opinion that if he released a song before he died, the song would have been a hit song, and then maybe he would have become artist of the year because it was done for Ebony. That is what I think. What do you think?
So I'll say this. One, Ebony's death was not so. People assume that, or people believe. Assume and believe that because some people strongly believe that the only reason why Ebony won the Artist of the Year that year was because of her demise.
Well, she passed, yes.
But I am of the school of thought that if you remember that year correctly, there wasn't a single artist that was churning out hit songs like Ebony. There wasn't a single artist that had talkability like Ebony. See, every stage performance you would go to would be talked about for weeks. Her songs were talked about for weeks. Like Ebony that year was like Black Sherif, like last year. Or like Black Sherif the first time he won the Artist of the Year. Like it was evidently clear that she was going to win. Yes, maybe because we had lost sometimes emotions when people, get sad and Charlie, this person, like it's like there's that. But I don't think that was the case for Ebony. I don't think that would have also been the case for Dadilumba.
If he released the
there were years there were years he had hit songs, but he didn't win Artist of the Year.
Okay.
Yeah, Chibia was a big song. So like I don't think he would have still won Artist of the Year because we lost him. They did a tribute for him, gave him the Lifetime Achievement Award. I feel they could have done a bit better with the tribute. Even with the video slide they did for it, I think they would have done a bit more. Because we lost, I think last year was one of the years, so we lost a lot of important figures. Last into this year, we've lost a lot of important figures in Ghanaian music history. There was Ebo Taylor also. We lost Ebo Taylor sadly. We lost Yasapon, Mami Tiwa. We lost Teddy of Osibisab. So like there were lots of important people as far as our music is concerned. So I feel there should have been a bit more, intentionality into doing the video package first of all, and then the performance that was done. Yes, I understand that most of the time when they're doing Lifetime Achievement Awards, it's only the performance is done for just that person. So I think there should have been more things within the programming that could have educated people more about these people and what they've done for Ghana, like Ghanaian music in general.
Okay. Well, now let's talk about best group. Best group was taken out and it was brought back again.
Yeah.
And was won by Keche this year.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
But why do you think they took it out? And why have you brought it back again?
I mean, they did say it was becoming redundant because at some point we weren't having a lot of groups, active groups, churning out a lot of hit songs and whatnot. And to some extent, they were right. Which again, I have said that you then need to redefine the group, like that category, to involve bands and collectives. I feel how traditional groups have been over the years is changing, it's evolving. So as an award scheme, you also need to evolve, where sometimes it's no longer the traditional sort of groups. Because even in times past, we used to have like collectives and bands. So if in today's world where there's a collective I work with again, 99 Faces, they're a collective. There's a collective called Super Jazz Club. There are a lot of collectives, there are a lot of bands. Fra is a band. A lot of different bands are there that if you redefine the category, you can then involve these people. Because with traditional groups, I don't think over the last 3 years any group has done more than Dope Nation has. But again, they have their own issues with the scheme, where they were, I think last year they pulled out of it because they said, in previous years where they felt they were more like they were deserving of certain nominations, they were not nominated. Neither even when they were nominated, they didn't win. So right now they would want to, and I think I respect their decision. A lot of artists have pulled away from the TGMA in general, so that's fine. But yeah, I definitely think we need to look at that category properly, redefine it, and open it up a bit more. But Keche winning, I wasn't surprised.
Okay. Let's still on the topic of grouping and collaboration. When Dishe collaborated with a few people, Fina and I think one other person for It's Too Late.
Yeah, the remix.
Yes. But Molly won the international
collaboration.
Yes. Do you think? Because I feel like It's Too Late went viral.
Viral where?
It was
Where?
it went viral.
Where?
It went viral.
Where?
On TikTok.
More than Shake It to the Max. See, the category says international collaboration of the year. Truth of the matter is, a lot of people don't remember the remix of It's Too Late. What I remember is the original one. And here's a backstory to Too Late. So the original song was dropped in, I think, November 2024. And then later on, Wendy had released a different song. And then, like everything that happens in the music space, that sometimes is by luck. There was a video of Tracy Shea dancing to the song in a crowd. People loved it so much that it brought back like a different like excitement. It's the same thing that's happening to How to Beat Is Over, where all of a sudden the song just breathed new life. The same thing when it's happening to Surface Sugar with Dope Nation. If you go on TikTok, there's a dance that was made. They are blowing their nose. I don't know what they are doing that, and then this So they are doing that. If the song picks up again, she might decide to do a remix. Now back to what I was saying about Too Late. So the original song picked up again in 2025, but the song itself dropped in 2024. And sometimes when songs blow like that, you might release a remix that people might not even pay attention to it. That Tracy, like when she dropped the remix to the song, because people are still enjoying the original version of the song. There are times where sometimes the original version might be big enough, but the remix might become way bigger. An example is Jesus Christ by RDJ. The original song was big, but when Blacko joined him for the remix, Jesus Christ 2, it became way bigger. So much time people even forget that there's a Jesus Christ 1. But in this case, I don't think like there isn't any metric you use that to tell me that international again. It's not even like there's not about local collaboration, international collaboration. There was no international Ghanaian song than Shake It to the Max. See, Shake It to the Max was so big that when the Grammy nominations came out and it wasn't nominated for Best African Performance, people were annoyed. And it wasn't Ghanaians that were annoyed though. It was foreigners, people from the UK, Nigerians, like, hey, where is Shake It to the Max? Because it was that big. That's what that one day. Me, I don't agree with the people who say, young kind of crew.
Now let's do performances
on the night.
Yes. Which performance caught your eye? Because I saw some of them, Angels in the Sky and Jesus Christ. And
I loved Enam's performance. The crafts, the show of culture, the show of tradition, I loved it. What hindered it for me again was the sound, because you could barely hear her sometimes. The lighting, watching from home, you couldn't see a lot. So I loved it. But I think for me, the best performance on the night, I would give it to Pacey Esther.
With the Angels?
The Angels, a lot of people brought Angels that day. Okay, I think Kofi Kinata's one. I don't know.
It was Jesus.
Okay.
It's like the.
Yeah, you're born as you. Okay. But okay, so there was Angels. I think Blacko would have been for me the best performer if it wasn't the way the intro was botched. But you could barely hear what was happening in the intro. But right after they sorted that out, brilliant. I think PC was the one person that had a great performance throughout.
Okay.
From the intro to when she finished. When she came, the nice dress, and then the unveiling. Come on.
So is it safe to say that was your overall favorite moment of the night?
Favorite moment, the anonymous swagger. When they mentioned Artist of the Year. That was my favorite moment. Because I waited, hey, Mandantem. Oh, wow, somehow they didn't close early. It closed around 30 something.
Yes. Speaking about that, do you think is I feel it is becoming so bad, because how can you start red carpet? And we've digressed a little, but how can you start red carpet at 7 and then go as late as 3 a.m.?
And these are the issues. Because again, I don't think an award show should go beyond 5 hours max. From red carpet to everything, it shouldn't go beyond 5 hours. If you want to do more for red carpet, because I think the red carpet thing right now has become a business thing, because they have sponsors from other brands that they do a number of things. This year they did something where there was a corner where you'd go and dance with Lisa Kwama and other things. So that's their business, and we respect that. But I feel you also respect the business of the people that attend the event and the people watching. So that you start early, you close early. Where you can have, because they announce after party around 2, 3, and even on social media talking after party by this time. What's again like Adiasa? The gospel artist, somebody has probably planned their
Thanksgiving
dress and everything. And yeah, so if you have some double service, triple service near the other. Some services is just one service and that is done. And so if the service starting at 7, you are closing at 3, almost 4. If the person lives in Kaswa, tell me about Kojo. If the person lives in Oyarifa, Tema Community 25. Look at all these areas.
Yeah.
Go off city. You live all the way Pam. Oh, time when I be free about Bedrufi. You get home, you go. Before people will be dozing in church and other things. So I think the time in there, I think it gets worse every year. Last year they closed around 2 something. Sometimes, because funny thing, they used to close pretty early back then. I don't know if it's because of the broadcast rights. Because back then TV stations by 12:30 on my phone. So they used to close pretty early back then. Early. But in today's time, where TV stations sometimes don't even sleep at all. It's a 24-hour economy, so 24-hour media. So it was bad.
Okay, now the AMVCAs also happened
that same day.
Yeah, that same day. People are comparing the TGMAs, especially the red carpet.
It will never be the same.
But the AMVCA is younger than the TGMAs.
So which is why again people expect more from the TGMA.
Yes. This brings us to the end of this segment. I enjoyed myself, and I'm pretty sure that you did too.
I did.
Congratulations to all the winners from the recently ended Telecel Ghana Music Awards. You worked hard, and you deserve your award.
Especially Black Sheriff. Especially Black Sheriff.
Especially Blacko. You did well, pop star. You have done well. And to the others too, you also did well. You deserve it. This is still GMN PODVIEW with Naache Akwete and
Nana Kojo Mula. Ni.
You know your names.
Ni. So Ni is not part of my name.
So why you calling?
No, it wasn't nice. I just having to. Yeah, but it's Nana Kojo Mula. Everywhere, anywhere, looking for me. NANAKOJOMULA.
Okay, so please follow him across all his socials, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.